So this next story has had some confusion surrounding it. So I do want to clarify a few things as we're talking about this. So yes, the article, the article is accurate, and the title of the video, if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, is accurate. It says that a copy of Super Mario Brothers was sold for more than $100,000 at an auction. Now, here's the thing, though. You're going to think, well, is my copy worth that much? Not even no. Hell no. Your copy is not worth that much. And here's the reason why. So first of all, one of the reasons why, which I don't like, is that it's actually sealed in acrylic and graded. But the interesting thing, though, is it's not just a normal copy of Super Mario Brothers being graded. So this does change things a little bit, because I actually do not like the grading process. You can check right now on eBay. There are some games, like, I swear to God, Back to the Barnyard for the Xbox, graded and are worth $80. They're not actually fucking worth $80. But this one might actually be worth what they're saying. So yes, it is setting some records. Of course, people are like, whoa, this is going for such a crazy amount. But we have to remember that the box, so not just a game, but the box itself surrounding it, is actually from Nintendo's limited, quote-unquote, test market launch. So they actually launched this for the NES in New York and LA starting in late 1985. Sadly, no one knows the exact date because people weren't cataloging this the way they were. I'm sure some people at the time who were playing games were like, or not playing games, but who heard of stuff like this, especially business analysts, were probably like, it's gonna fail. Atari crashed video games, but now we clearly know, like, that did not happen. But still, at the time, people weren't really documenting stuff like this, so we don't know the exact date. But the copies did not come in usual shrink wrap. They actually came sealed with a small matte, I think it's matte or matte, I never know how to pronounce that, matte or matte, or glossy sticker. So it actually comes with a glossy Nintendo sticker. And so we should also note that Dennis Kahn, CEO and co-founder of game grading service Wada Games. By the way, I'm pretty sure Wada Games is actually a good grading service. So there are some better grading services than others. Like when something is VGA graded, the Video Game Association, I believe, I don't really care. So, like, nothing against the people behind the VGA. I'm sure they're great people, but the problem is that, and this is the reason why you needed something like Wada Games coming out here. Wada Games, they tell you who are behind the grading process, like why something is graded, who is doing this, and people, you see the names of people that you can trust. I don't believe, if I remember correctly, the VGA states who's behind the grading process. And also, someone tested out the VGA service, and apparently they sent the same game in twice, and it was graded differently 2 different times. So, but that's a story that I don't have in front of me, so I can't clarify that. So so that's pure speculation as of right now. But I'm pretty sure that did happen. So maybe even made a YouTube video about it, because people usually do stuff like that. So, as we are currently making a YouTube video about this. Anyway, so the point is that Dennis Kahn, CEO and co-founder of game grading service Wada Games, which evaluated this specimen, why is it named a specimen in the article? That's a little odd, estimates that only 2,000 to 10,000 copies of each of the 27 test market games were ever made in this sticker sealed style. And you also have to think as well that, let's go to the max, 10,000 were made each, right? So you're thinking, oh, it's 27,000. But people didn't put this on their walls. They opened it up and played them. So unless someone bought 2 copies because, they were like, maybe one day or something, or got, maybe they opened it up, but they somehow didn't open it up that badly, and the sticker is still on there, but ripped a little bit. Still, it's one of those things where, when looking at how many games that were out there, even if we go to the max, again, games are meant to be played. So this game, I do get preserving it, like untouched, right? But games are meant to be played, so you're gonna play them, right? So I will get upset when a game, when a box kind of bends a little bit as I'm opening it up. I'm like, oh, like my heart kind of stops a little bit. But still, it might be my diet. I'm not sure which. But still, I do. The problems exist when I open up those boxes and like that top fold just bends, and I'm like, oh, please just open up nicely and delicately. But still, I do get why not only this game, is meant to be preserved, but again, people back in the day were going to be playing them. So they weren't going to be preserving them for all of time. So yeah, this does make it extremely rare. And also finding one, of course, with a sticker seal intact is even rarer. And Con estimates, although again this is just an estimate, so we're not saying this is as a direct 100% source here, but Con does estimate that only a few dozen exist across the whole test line market. Again, like a few dozen as in sticker seal intact. Also, something we should definitely note as well is that six collectors came together. I don't know how they're going to divvy this up, but 6 collectors came together to actually purchase this. So even though it went for over $100,000, remember, someone isn't footing that entire bill. They're splitting that 6 ways in some way or another. Let's see here. So it's let's see. So some more in this article. It says, but finding an unopened test market Super Mario Brothers is so rare that Colin told ours that it's quote unquote the only known copy of arguably the most important game in Nintendo history. ... It's rumored that there is one more out there, but it's just hearsay. I haven't seen proof of it. Wow. Okay, so yeah, and we can see the Nintendo sticker in front of us right here. If you're, oh god, I still have the last picture up. Let's actually look at the frickin' graded picture. But it still doesn't show you where the Nintendo seal is. It's actually on the side of the box, on top of the box, which again is a bit hard to tell. You can kind of see it on camera a little bit, but either way, it was actually given a 9.4 rating out of its 10-point rating system. Again, do I usually care about the scale? I usually don't, because many games that are sent in are games that anyone can open up, and it also takes that game out of the market. But there's nothing different, as far as we know, with this copy of Super Mario Brothers. So as far as we know, this game is exactly the same as any other copy of Super Mario Brothers. So no reason why to rip it open and test it out and just see, oh, it's the same game. So from the looks of it, that's why I actually, I'm okay with this, and I'm not sitting here like, why are you grading this game? But normally, yeah, like I'm sitting here like, why are you, taking another copy of like A Link to the Past, or maybe some game that I want out of, because I do want Link to the Past, most specifically for the Game Boy Advance, because I got that one as a kid. I mentioned earlier in the podcast, but yeah, I'm okay with this one happening, and I get a lot of people online were like, oh, it's gonna bring people out of the woodwork who are gonna try to, raise the price. And I will admit, yes, if someone is uninformed, that's going to happen, but that could happen with any story, not just with this one. Literally any story that could happen. So for me, guys, I just think it's one of those things where, at least this one actually matters. Where, this one is like, oh, this is actually something that there might only be a few, right? Like, I believe Kelsey Lewin, you should definitely check her YouTube channel out. I believe she had said this is, she tweeted about it, this is the same as, or very similar to, an Action Comics #1. Sealed, or an Action Comics #1 being graded and being sold for millions of dollars. So to have over 100,000 actually is not so bad, especially when split up between 6 people. So I don't think I would have been one of those 6. I don't think I'd be able to afford that, but I definitely see where they're coming from. And I don't know, we don't know who the 6 are, we should also mention. And it's just, yeah, I feel as if it's just not that big of a deal, the way, in the sense that it's a big controversy, because some people are trying to say, oh, what's so different about this? But now that we know, it's like, oh shit, right? Like, it's not your normal $10 cart of Super Mario Bros. So yeah, I want to hear what you guys think down below, though. Would you pay this much? I would not, but would you pay this much? Even if I had the money, I think I'd still want to go 6 ways. But would you go 6 ways? Would you want to be maybe a 7th or an 8th? Like, hey guys, let's maybe make this even cheaper. I definitely can't go in with what you guys are going in with. Maybe we make this go like 100 ways. We can make this work. Tell me what you guys think down below. I'd love to hear what you think about this. And you know what? Hey, if you disagree with me and you think this is going to potentially raise the price of copies of Super Mario Brothers, tell me what you think down below. We'd love to hear what you guys have to say. So, quick correction, by the way. Not sure why I thought this. I could swear I had read this in a different article, but for some reason, this article that I have up right now, it's saying that 3 people actually went into this, which, dear God, no. I would. I don't know how the 3 of them are going to split this thing up, but oh god, I assume they live together, perhaps. No, I would not have. Yeah, I would not have gone into this as a three person job. Again, six, I think that's nice. Again, how do you split it six ways? But I don't know why I believed that there were six people behind this. So I'm very sorry about that, guys. But even then, we know that this technically didn't go for over 100,000 just to one person. So, but either way, though, I'm very sorry about that. I could swear from another article that I read, it had said six people, and now I'm seeing one of three. So there were three people. Very sorry about that. I wanted to clarify that before we moved on to our next story.